Welcome to the JSE's Market Data Policy Guide. Our policies are designed to help market professionals and data distributors understand the use of each policy, emphasize the applicability thereof, and enhance the compliance with the regulations pertaining to the use and distribution of our market data. There are 5 documents which make up your agreement with the JSE. And they are JSE Data Agreement or Indices Data Agreement, the Products and Services Form, the Market Data Policies or the Indices Market Data Policies, the JDA, which is the JSE Data Agreements, or IDA, which is the Indices Data Agreement, as well as related price lists. Finally, there might be technical documents if applicable. In this session, I will be covering General Use Policy. In this section, we will cover derived data, stock exchange news, controlled access to the service, interest rate market reports, distribution of live data and/or delayed data as official end-of-day market statistics, as well as limited extracts. Derived data means any data, including products or compilations, derived from or based on the data by the recipient of the data. Fees are applicable to the creation and/or use of derived data. For example, in terms of non-display fees, if the underlying value or price of any data which is used in the derived data can be accessed or identified by calculation or reverse engineering, then the contracted user must pay the usual pricing for that use. In the example below, if a CFD creator changes the bid price by 1 Rand or the offer price by 1 Rand, then that cannot be called derived data as it can be reverse engineered. Next, we will cover stock exchange news. Stock exchange news is important information related to JSE listed companies, including price-sensitive information. It is intended to be made available as soon as possible after it has been provided to the JSE. It must be distributed in a form identical to that provided by the JSE. Stock exchange news is the only set of data that can be distributed on a live basis publicly on websites or terminals without any end-user fees and/or controls in place. Next, we will cover controlled access to the service. All data may only be used in a controlled user environment. A controlled user environment means an environment in which every user is capable of being easily identified by way of a user ID or otherwise. It must have or install reasonable controls, security, and logistical systems or identifiers to prevent any unauthorized use of any data. It is important to note for auditing purposes, tracking, reporting, and billing processes that if there's no system or control, it equals liability. Delayed data may, however, be distributed in an uncontrolled user environment. Uncontrolled user environment means an environment in which a user has access to data which is generally accessible to an indefinite number of unidentifiable users, such as the internet. Multiple user ID. User may require access to the same data for different devices: mobile, terminal, desktop, office, or home use. Multiple user IDs for the same user are permissible if the user IDs are limited to the same user and data on various devices and cannot be accessed concurrently. Multiple user ID offerings requires JSE approval. Technical controls must be in place to prevent concurrent access of the data. If requirements are not adhered to, multiple user fees for the same user will be charged. Interest rate market reports. Interest rate market reports, subscription or fees are charged per entity. Unlike other licenses or products, fees which are generally applicable to all group clients listed in the JDA PSF. If a contracted user is licensed for and receives the interest rate market reports, they are able to provide them to other group clients if the group clients are listed in the JDA PSF interest rate section, and if the group client is licensed or billed for the interest rate market reports for internal use only, not for distribution. Distribution of live data and or delayed data as official end-of-day market statistics. Live and delayed data license fees cover the distribution of data during the JSE's trading day. If a snapshot of live or delayed data is taken during and or at the end of the JSE trading day, and the snapshot data is provided as official JSE end-of-day market statistics, then this is considered a distribution of end-of-day market statistics. In this case, a data agreement will be required, as well as data fees for distribution of end-of-day data fees, and all end-user fees will be applicable. Live data. End user that receives the unofficial end-of-day market statistics data and is paying a live terminal end-user fee, no additional end-user fee is applicable. Under delayed data, if the last traded values are left unchanged on the display until the next trading day, there will be no end-user fees. Limited extracts. Limited extracts of data, which must not be continuous, not be live data, be provided infrequently, be incidental to the end user's main business, not be capable of used as a substitute for the use of any data, have no independent commercial value, not be used for any commercial information brokering, information vending, publishing or credit rating for reproduction through the press or media. Any contracted user who receives data in accordance with the agreement can provide limited extracts thereof to end users without end users incurring fees and or requiring an agreement. Thank you. For more information, please email mdclients@jse.co.za.